Recording is in progress. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's the first time. That's the first time in living memory you've come on audio connected, prepped, and ready to go.
You know why? Because I was eating something and I was in a hurry and I thought, oh, I better get all this prepared if I'm going to eat this as well and then get in even more trouble.
What are you eating?
Just some rice and some beef.
Some rice and beef?
Yeah, a little smidgen of rice. Oh, not a lot of rice.
No. You backed off the rice, haven't you?
Yeah, I only have a little smidgeroo.
A couple of grains. I can see it in the reflection of your latest goggles.
Let me see it. There is it.
It's like POV.
These are the super sunny goggles. No, opposite. Super dull goggles. So the goggles are super bright. So when the day is super cloudy, they bring the sunshine to your day.
Yes, like looking through rose-tinted glasses, quite literally.
It quite literally is looking through rose-tinted spectacles. But they're too rose-tinted. So I'm
taking them off.
I'm going to unleash them up to here. I'm not even going to unleash them up to there. I'm going to unleash them all together.
All the way off,
Oh
around the neck. You can't hear me now.
I thought I could just hear myself in the headphones, but when I talk outside of the headphones, that is quite strange.
It's like there's you can also hear yourself. Like
I can hear myself life. Like I'm talking through a speaker outside, not like it's my actual voice. Like the microphone is actually behaving like a microphone, and transmitting into the world instead of just sending it to you.
Okay, that's good. Good that the microphone's working, since it hasn't been for like the past 5 weeks, however long it's been.
Well, I've now got laptop, microphone, myself, all in a row. See if that works. Yeah, you see.
There we go. Yeah, sounds better as well. Let's motherfucking go. Is that the performance tee you've got on there? Is that the Garage Built Athlete Let's Motherfucking Go performance tee that you've got on there?
2021 edition. It is. It is very performing.
Yeah.
This was worn. Did I wear it today? No, I didn't wear it today. I wore my grey. Also, I like that one a lot. My grey T-shirt with the blue.
Yes.
That's cool. With the blue logo on the back.
Custom colour, original. No, not original. Logo. Yeah,
not
double whammy. Double whammy.
Yeah, it's the double, isn't it? It's the double trouble.
I'm just rocking the block.
So that went on.
I'm rocking this block sweatshirt. I put it on because it's chilled down here. It's 15 degrees C and it's been fucking boiling here. It's been, everyone went, well, I say everybody, me. So in my brain, that is everybody. I went, oh, summer's gone. Didn't even see summer. Oh, looked at summer out the window. And then like the next day, it was like fucking roasting. I'm like, oh my God, it's too fucking hot. What's this bullshit?
I hate summer.
Yeah, fuck off summer. Bring on autumn.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot.
It's been really nice here today. It's been nice for the last couple of weeks. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been pretty crazy. It doesn't get very warm downstairs though. In the little underground cage.
In the gym.
Maintains quite a cool temperature down there. So the hat stays on. Keep my Swede warm. That's where all my heat goes out.
Well, this is
with my bonnet.
I think I've said before, this is the coolest room in the house. Literally.
Literally.
Literally. And metaphorically the coolest
and physically
in the house, but and it's been hot in here, just squatting. It's hot.
Yeah, you have got that radiating door effect that they're probably having when the sun gets on that garage door. Well, you've got the insulation on the inside, but the insulation in the cold out.
Keeping the heat in. When you get the tumble dryer going, sweat time. Time to get the sauna. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I literally just jotted down 4 things on the board because this week's just gone. Just gone for me.
A bit fast, isn't it? It's whizzed by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some things.
I'm feeling a bit tired as well. Feeling a bit tired from one's week and sending it all week.
Send it. Well, yeah, you said in your post, you said you did 4 powerlifting sessions and 4 matching conditioning sessions. That's a lot of training in 1 week.
Yeah, that was good.
I did 5 and pulled my calf.
Yeah, I've injured my shoulder a bit. So yeah, I've just got to treat that kindly this week. I think it was from 10-pin bowling. But it was probably from doing 3 rounds of 45 unbroken synchro kettlebell swings with a 24-kilo kettlebell, just trying to hang on by my back flippers in like a partner wad on Monday, amongst devil press, thrusters, and all sorts of gubbins that was going on in that. That was probably from that. But it's the kind of injury, when you, I don't know if you had this recently, but if you put your arm, so if you put one of your limbs where just naturally your limb should go, for example, on the armrest of a car door, it just radiates pain all the way through your body. It's like one of those injuries. Like no matter where you put it, like if I could just sling it up there and just leave it there, that would have been probably the best place for it. Dear. But it feels okay now.
For a while, I don't think I've had one of those. When my back was just burning, like in between my shoulder blades for some reason, after I would bench or do any pressing stuff, it would just burn. Whatever I did, whatever I stretched, whatever I went easy or hard, it was just burning for some reason, like someone set my trap on fire.
That seems to be the one with this.
Yeah.
Just anything I do now, anything. So it hurt getting tucked under the bar for squat. It hurts hanging off bar for any sort of gymnastics. It hurts doing any sort of overhead press or pressing or press up. It's just like nothing is pleasant.
Hate it.
Yeah, nothing is pleasant.
Oh dear.
So we'll see.
But it feels like muscular, or it feels like a joint or something else.
Muscular. It's in between the bicep and the front delt. It's right in there.
Up there.
Wherever this bit is, it's just there. It's that bit.
That's your bicep.
Anatomy by Will. It's this bit here.
It's just the other side of your bicep. I guess it's probably a different head, isn't it, of your bicep?
So yeah.
Oh dear.
It held on. I think it didn't help. I got confused about what day it was on one of the days of the week. I think it was Wednesday. I'm still confused about it now. And I thought I had to get bench done. So I did an overhead press session and then some conditioning. And then in the evening, I was like, fuck, I need to get bench done. Otherwise, I'm going to be behind. So I benched and I was a day ahead of myself. And I was like, ooh, idiot. It all worked out okay. I got 3. So this is all ones week stuff. I got 3 on overhead press, which was feeling really shit all week. And I thought, if I get 1 up for this, it's going to be dumb happy. So I got 3. And then I got 4 reps at 177 for deadlift. I got 3 reps at 102 on the bench, which is okay. And that was, I just wasn't paying attention, and I loaded the bar up and I took it out and I was like, okay, this feels heavy. And I was like, 1, 2, and a super grind. And I think I posted the super grind on the stories. And I hit it and I was like, fucking 3. Okay, that's good. 3 on a ones week. I'll rack that. Got up, looked at it. And I was like, why have I put 100.5 kilos on this bar? I was like, you dick. I had a 0.5 on that side and nothing on that side. And I was meant to have a 1 and a 1. I was just like, no, it was so heavy. So then I waited and I was like, what am I going to actually do now? I was going to have to put 102 kilos and go again. So I waited, put 102 kilos, and I went again, and I got the 3. So.
Did it feel heavier or light?
Same. Felt the same. And I was thinking to myself, oh man, if I hadn't have done that bullshit 100.5, I would have got more than 3. And then I thought, no, I wouldn't, because I only got 3 with 100.5. So obviously, I wouldn't have got more than 3 with 102.
Well, this is the thing though with this up and down structure, isn't it? Like I've trained before, gone all the way up and then come all the way down, and that like contrast of when you get to a heavy single and then come back to a triple or a 5 or something like that, then the triple or 5 at the lower weight feels lighter than on the way up. Because it probably, 1, because you've activated everything, and then 2, because the heavy one feels heavy, doesn't it? So anything less than that feels better. So maybe if you'd overshot, you could try that. Overshoot next time.
Yeah, it feels good taking the weight off for the assistant stuff, but the assistant stuff is never nice. So so that was bench 102 for 3, so that was okay. And then there was 3 sets of 8 at 80. That was a bit. My shoulder was not enjoying that.
3 sets of 8 at 80. Yeah, I'm not far away from that at the moment. But that's my actual sets, not mine. I don't have a big heavy set yet.
No. And then squat, so squat was 144 for 3 knee tremblers.
Yeah, you had a bit of a wobble on that one, didn't you? Have a bit of a Bambi moment, but that's much, much better than it has been in a long time, because it used to be when you get to
120, 110.
Wow. Yeah, it would be like and both, and this time it was just one.
And there's the touch cross and then come back and cross out again like that. So yes, and I thought as I stood up that second rep, I thought this is a mistake, and I went down for the third.
When I watched it, I was thinking,
I was like, please, baby Jesus, save me, let me stand this fucking thing up, because I hadn't moved my catch bars either. Because normally, if it's like if I'm thinking, oh fuck, this is heavy now, I'll move these little. So I've got like that, but lower down.
I saw them as well,
and I'll move.
I was thinking, that's all right. It's got his catch bars.
Yeah, but then they're far too low.
Yeah.
So I tend to move them. So if I had to say, like, I'm sat on this bench now, I'd have it on my back, I would just be able to like lean back and shrimp out and under it. But of course that they'd need to be about there, and they're
on the floor,
seven lower. So yeah, I just really wasn't paying attention for powerlifting this week, which is a pretty fucking dangerous thing.
Yeah,
to be doing.
Maybe
maybe just pay attention.
Survived. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't.
I when you get sparks in front of your eyes.
Yeah,
I had the sparks. I had the sparks on rep 1.
Nice.
Rep 2, I thought, I'm not quitting on 1. Like, I stood it up for 1, I can stand it up for 2. And then I was like, well, fucking here now.
In for 2, might as well be in for 3.
Here now. And actually, I just said that. I just said the F word there. And I was talking to Mum the other day. And she is not happy about the amount of swearing on this podcast.
Yeah, you.
I know it is me as well. I thought she was cool with it. I thought she was cool with it because she hasn't mentioned it, and we're 26 episodes in. And then she said, "What's with this F word that keeps coming out? It's F this and F that." It's like, sorry, Mum.
This is how I talk. It's just I'm comfortable with who I am.
Yeah, but I do press the explicit button when I publish it on any podcast platform, so the kids know there may be some swearies.
You could just beep 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 beep.
Yeah, I haven't got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, so yeah, Mum's not impressed with swearing, so I'll try and tone it down. But I use it for emphasis.
I like it.
I like it as well.
Just not for everybody.
We don't go too far with it.
Well, I try to keep it minimal, but just pull the trigger on it. So
just be aware of it. I think it was because at the time that I was talking to Mum, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I used a swear and that triggered her.
That set her off.
Yeah, but she was okay.
All the memories flooding back.
She was all right. Yeah. Bless her. It was we went clay pigeon shooting. Did you see the photos? See the little video of Colin crack shot in a clay. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I thought, you know what's going to be the best possible non garage gym related sport or activity that I can do right now with a shoulder injury is clay pigeon shooting with a Beretta shotgun.
Punched in the shoulder over and over again.
Of all the times to have this booked, I was really nervous, like going on. But it was because the pain is there, and you put it in the meaty bit there, it was okay. But fuck, man,
it's savage, isn't it? The kick
man.
thing is rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did it before with Mr. Northover. He came down. I think at the time we both had destroyed our shoulders riding bikes somehow, and I could just about do it, but I don't think he shot anything.
No,
I don't think. I think he was just ruined. And with Leon as well, that was funny, with his crew from London Village. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Did they bring their own guns or?
Yes, they did. It was pretty eye-opening. I was like, oh, we bring our own firearms, are we, to the clay pigeon range? Okay.
I think it was on the Thursday morning or maybe the Wednesday. I was at the box and I was talking to a friend about it. I was saying I was quite looking forward to it, and like they asked me about my shoulder because I've obviously been training and talking about my shoulder having an injury. They said, well, how do you hold a gun? And I was like, well, like this. Take that, pigeon! Bow, 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 bow! Yeah. And then they went, no, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I don't know. When I did it, I think I didn't hit anything that was in the sky. None of the clays. Yeah, nothing at all. And then they did this rabbit one where they sent some sort of fluffy ball thing across the floor. Yeah. And I went like 10 for 10 on the rabbit on the floor. For some reason, I couldn't see anything in the sky on the floor. You want a rabbit?
Yeah.
I can help you.
All the pigeons are safe with you. Me and Colin did pretty good. We sort of hit more than we missed, which was quite cool. It's quite nice as well when one just explodes. It's quite good.
They're pretty cool. The clays are pretty. Yeah, it's quite a nice one. Did they do two? Did they do like pull, or was it?
No, we just did single shot. What he wanted to do was to teach us about lead. So he said he just wanted to get the follow the clay and then accelerate through it and then shoot. And that was the sort of the thing. And he took us around and we like stood all in different areas and had them all coming over at different sort of trajectories and stuff. But yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah, I liked it. I couldn't do it for like much longer because it was just like my shoulder was just knackered. It was just tiring holding it because it's heavy. It's heavy.
Heavy.
It's made of metal.
They're big, aren't they? Yeah, made of metal. It's big, it's heavy, and every time you pull the trigger, it punches you in the shoulder.
Yeah, he was a proper old boy as well. It's just like G-Dad. Like, I was there in shorts, T-shirt, and a cap, sweating my nuts off, and he was there in like vest, shirt, flannel shirt, jacket, overalls, just like full trousers, boots with and a flat cap and a big mask
gloves, on. Welding gloves.
Yeah, it was just like that kind of guy, just that kind of gent. Yeah, proper cool. His name was Cyril. He's there every Thursday at the Mid Norfolk Shooting Grounds near Taverham. If anybody wants to get hooked up with some good lessons, he was a really good teacher.
That's cool.
Very good teacher.
Is that like you just did an introductory one, I guess? Is there multiple levels of it?
I guess so. Yeah, it's just a lesson. Yeah,
learning new techniques, probably. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Yeah, good times. So I'd like to do that again at some point.
Why not?
Not with
a broken shoulder. No.
Yeah. What else have I got to talk about? I asked about the Mammoth comp because you're sort of showing interest in competing in the Mammoth comp, and that is full. It was full when I asked about it, so I've dodged a bullet there. Dodged getting shown up and having my piriformis ping off as I try and deadlift an all-time PB.
Sure, we can get an exception, surely.
And I'm not too fussed about it. As I sit here now, I'm not too fussed about it. On the day, I'll be like, no, I should have done that thing.
You just do a deadlift and bench on the same day.
Yeah.
Are you going to go then? We should go, really.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing I need to figure out is I'm going to go. And if I do go, I'm going to take like a stall to sell stuff. What stuff do I take? Because that's the risk is that I could print up a load of stuff and then nobody buy it. Or I could print up a load of stuff and people buy it. So I don't like sitting on actual made stock, because you know we like make stuff to order.
Yeah.
So I don't like having, like, I've got a box of T-shirts that are made up T-shirts, and they're just like teasing me, just sat there going, "Are you gonna? Someone gonna buy us?" Or
No, sounds like you can take them at least.
yeah, I could take those. And yeah, so that's the 10th. So that's less than a month now. So that's when I need to just figure out what's going on with that. I've done the banner, so I've sent the banner off to the printers and just need to get a few tweaks done from their end, because they sent me a digital proof to check, and there was like a line horizontally across its equator, and which made one of the images like slightly out of alignment to itself. It was like, I'll put my hands in front of the microphone there. It just like chopped itself like that. That's not going to be like that, surely. So I'll just have to figure that out. And then I need to know what sizes T-shirts people want for platform crew. Speaking of which, they need platform crew.
Are there?
They need loaders and spotters.
And loaders.
Yeah. Loading, I don't think I'd mind. Not as much pressure. Spotting, I think that's too much pressure.
I don't think so, is it?
For me. Yeah, I know how to spot somebody, but I wouldn't want to do it all day and get tired and then possibly drop something on someone when they're trying to bench.
I don't think you have to spot many people there, do you? It's bench and deadlift. So deadlift, you don't spot anything. And bench, there's
you have to do that thing where you just like put your hand up against their back just in case they fall over. You got to catch them when they pass out.
Stop them. If they faint,
they don't smash themselves on the bar, just fucking like Woody out of Toy Story, just boom, the deck.
You seen all those videos when the people are like strapped to the bar and then they faint and then they just get drilled into the floor? That's not cool. Because they got the straps on, so they do this almighty pull, biggest pull they've ever done in their life, and then at some point pass out and just like a dart in the ground.
It's in the there's
not
one
ideal.
There's quite a famous one which you can get as a GIF if you use GIFs, where a guy like he's like some guy and there's like not in good shape guy with a vest, and he pulls this weight, puts it down, does this big roar, turns around, falls over, and just
I've seen it. Just
into the dumbbell rack, just headbutts it full
That's
force.
Years old, isn't
it? Yeah,
he really drills it, doesn't he? Because when you like pass out, you really go down hard, don't you? And he properly headbutts that. And it's one of those old school, like all metal with the, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
just like a 90-degree
edges
section, isn't it? Oh, God.
Yeah, I've never passed out lifting, but I have gone faint a few times and had to just like crouch down or sit on the floor or just kneel down for like a couple of seconds just to figure out what's going on. That's happened to me a couple of times. Just got a bit lightheaded.
It's quite a grind. I don't think I ever have, to be honest. But I don't have to move very far, do I?
That's true.
You have to go a few inches. Squeak.
Yeah, squeak. Yeah, overhead squat snatch.
Overhead squat snatch, couple of inch range of motion.
Yeah.
My deadlift went a bit odd this week after it was ramping up quite nicely. You know, I'm in the first week of the new block of hypertrophy with Juggernaut. And this is the end of the first week. So this is my second round of deadlifting this week. The first set was like 112.5 to 117.5. I was like, that's not much. So I did that and gave it RPE 6. So it's like basically a little bit more than a warm up, and it put the weight down. Okay. I was thinking, maybe because it had 3 sets, 1 top set and then 2 back off sets. I thought, maybe it'll give me some more in the back off sets if I put a low RPE. And it gave me 110 and 110. I'm not going to catch anybody up doing 117.5 for 6, 110 for 6, and 110 for 6. I think there's some logic behind it.
Yeah, maybe it's saving you for a little bit later in the.
This is a short cycle, short block.
Yeah.
I think it's only 3 weeks of like work in the blocks. There's the deload week, which was last week, and then there's like 3 working weeks. And then I'm into this strength block, which has been coming for forever. Next week is a little bit more serious. Next week is like 4 by 6 at 135. And then I assume the week after that could be actually pretty lively. The week after that might be 150 or something, maybe. I don't know.
I'm quite glad.
I've only got.
Go on.
So I've only got like one block left before Judgment Day. See if I can sneak out that.
Speaking about block, you can actually get this block sweatshirt at www.garagebuiltathlete.com. Into that.
I was on the website today, having a little sneak around, comparing some things.
I was going to say, I'm quite glad just hearing you talk about your like 4 lots of 6 at the same weight. I'm quite glad that my program doesn't involve a lot of that, because the assistance sets, when I have to come and do those 3 sets of 8, they're just the worst. Sorry, Mum. They're just the worst. Because I get there and I'm like, oh man. And I do 1, I'm like, I can't believe I've got to do 2 more of this. This is awful.
And then if you lose count, you have to do 4 instead.
I did that the other day.
2 or 3
with bench.
And you got to do another one. Oh, God.
I did exactly that. I was like, because this is the session where I wasn't really concentrating. So I'd done an extra work set already, and then I was into the assistant stuff, and I've done. It was either 2 or 3, and I was just like, oh, I've got to do another one. So I can't leave it. So I think I did an extra work set and an extra assistant set. So,
that's a big day for you, though.
That was a big day. This is a big week.
This is all. It's all assistance basically, because that's what that chunk of work is that you do afterwards in yours, and that's basically like your sort of hypertrophy bit. Really, it's like your strength stuff at the start, and then does your hypertrophy at the end. And then mine is basically just those sorts of, like, I'm doing sets of 15s and 20s, and today after the deadlift I had to do 4x8 at 90. I think it started at 90 on squats, 90, and I did 90, 95, 95 and 97.5.
Yeah,
with 8. That was okay. And then what else did I do? It was quite a short one today. I've got barbell hip thrust, which is the first time in my life I've ever done those, which is fine as an exercise. Actually, you can feel it work, but it's a destroyer on your leg. You know, where people put the pad on for squats when they're doing high bar squats. What that pad was invented for was to do that barbell hip thrust. Oh my God. That is insanely painful.
Have you not got a pad? Have you got anything to put, like a jumper?
Why would I have one of those pads? I did try with a jumper. That's just as bad. And then what I did was rolled one of my foam floor mats around it, and that was okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. It depends where you put it.
One of them.
But basically, it like goes in your bone, basically in your thigh bones.
Yeah, I was just looking around, seeing what I'd use. I've got a big gymnastics mat that might work. I've got a foam roller. Could saw a little wedge out of that, stick it in a foam roller.
No, that would be even worse though. Can you imagine?
Your foam rollers are bad enough when you just lay on it.
Bad enough, let alone with 70 odd kilos or whatever. With the floor mat wrapped in, it was okay.
There's a guy who trains at the box called Rich, who is 50, 52, 53. I can't remember exactly, but he's early 50s, and he's a really nice guy. And I took a photo and I put it on the stories of him in a GBA shirt on an assault bike, smiling.
Yeah, it's a cool picture.
And he's in really good shape. And he was doing some warm up stuff whilst I was there finishing off something else the other day, and we were talking about squats. I think they had a squat session, and he was saying that he watches TV at home sat on a foam roller. Like he says that's comfortable. Like he finds it more comfortable because when he sits on a sofa, he like slouches into the sofa and stuff, and he has really bad posture. So he likes to sit in the evenings, and he gets his foam roller out and he squats onto the foam roller, sits there. And I was just thinking, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. I was like, no wonder you smile on an assault bike, Rich. You absolute menace.
Super comfortable.
I was like, Jesus.
Wow. Yeah. Mine's sitting in the corner gathering dust at the moment.
I'm looking at mine now. It's calling me a punk. It's looking at me going, why don't you use me, punk? Yeah. Ever since I used that massage gun, I'm never going back to a foam roller.
Once you go massage gun, you never go back.
Oof.
Yeah, I might have to break one out. I feel a little bit grouchy in the hips.
Yeah, it's quite good. I get really like my hamstrings are always grotty, like forever grotty, and it's quite good just to break the foam roller out and just lay it under the hamstrings, just roll back and forth and watch TV for a bit like that. That's quite nice. I remember one time it was so sore, like the backs of my legs were so sore that when I did that, I could feel it in the fronts of my legs. And I was like,
oh my God,
this is awful. This is
my legs hurt.
Awful.
My legs hurt like that the other day. Like my legs were actually like aching. Like they haven't ached. Like when it's like muscle soreness, whatever, but they ached like I'd smash the life out of them. They were just really, really painful. I was like,
they were going, help me, Matt, help me.
I think maybe it was after I went for that run. Maybe I think.
Yeah. Went for a run and popped your calf clean off.
That was not
move. How is the calf?
It's now feeling pretty good. To be honest, it's feeling all right.
Yeah,
it's come back to me. So I didn't put a lot of.
You're going to do a product placement. Oh, nice little spin on that. Pure Sport CBD. Boom, boom, boom.
I think put my calf back together. I haven't got the other one here, the physio cream one, but that's also really good. It's one. Well, there's the Pure Sport CBD, and then the physio cream one. I think has got some sort of herb mix or something. It goes a little bit cold when you put it on.
Oh, nice.
I was putting on. Like I'd put one on after I got out of the shower, like the CBD one, and then before I went to bed, I'd put the other one on and then switch around and just like go in and smelling like this one smells like lemon, doesn't it? The other one smells like man. God knows.
God, I got a bit emotional about that lemon then. I love that smell. Now, are other CBD and physio products available? Or is that no? Okay, it's just those.
These.
Just those. I'm going to have to look up the physio cream. I quite like the cooling.
I could show it to you, but I don't have it. But it is really good. They're both really good. When I've used that physio cream in the past, it can be like one day to the next thinking, oh dear, this isn't going to be good, and then the next day I'm like, oh, actually that's
cool,
feeling pretty good. Like I was expecting this to be weeks. I did it on Tuesday, pulled it, was struggling to walk on Tuesday afternoon, like I couldn't really walk, and then layered on the Pure Sport, layered it, and then got home and thought, well, I don't really want to use the whole thing up, so I switched over to the physio cream as well, put that on, and then was putting it on like multiple times a day for the next 2 or 3 days, at least until Friday. Yesterday, multiple. Yesterday, I didn't put a lot on because it didn't really hurt already, and it was like a proper pull on Tuesday, because I pulled it when I originally pulled it way back. Now I pulled it and didn't realize I think I'd torn it, and there's a dent in the back of my calf, and the dent has come back, so whatever was attached there in the dent has gone, and now it's
trying to grow its way back up your leg
again. Yeah, but it's really good. Like I say, I thought it was going to be 2 or 3 weeks just like hobbling around on that, but I could train. That was fine. I haven't tried to run again yet, and I was running on my toes, and that was what did it, I think. I like to run like that because it feels, I don't know, it just feels faster, and it's supposed to be a bit more efficient.
I think that's how you're naturally supposed to run, isn't it? On the
I think it depends whether if you strike there naturally or not, because when
I run, as a species, I think that's how we were designed, and then Nike came along and just
ruined the job,
ruined everything. I've read some bits and pieces about it. Obviously no facts were retained, but
I was just running on my toes, and I could feel it getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and I was thinking, oh, that doesn't feel good, but it was going tight for probably 5 or 10 minutes. Just getting tighter and tighter, and I was like, and I thought, as I ran down the straight and I had 5 minutes to go, I was like, I think that's going to pull. And I went, I think in my head, I went, I think that's going to pull. No. And I felt it go, and I was like, come on. And
so then you finished running.
No, I didn't. Then I tried to carry on my calf because I thought, it felt so small, the pull. I thought it surely can't have actually pulled. It was like if you like plucked a string, is what it felt like. But it hurt, and then I finished off like heel and toeing it, which is actually okay. But I think the mistake was to start running again and go straight to my toes, because I did use that technique when I was running that trail marathon and stuff like that. But I built up to it with this like more conventional, like traditional style.
There's something about running,
rolling heel to toe,
that I find. Doesn't matter how long ago it was that I ran, and I could not have ran in a couple of years, but if I do run, I'll just go like flat out and it'll feel amazing for like the first 45 seconds. I don't know what it is. It's like, and I'll be there going, oh, I could probably do this for a living, this running malarkey, and it'll feel great.
Pro.
Yeah, it'll feel absolutely amazing. And then about 3 or 4 minutes in, I'm just like, nah. But there's no, for me, there's never any like, okay, let's take it slow as I go out. It's like, yeah, it's just like, go.
I did that because I pulled this before. I pulled this in March, I think, before.
Oh, we've all pulled a calf.
I broke my hip. But I did that. I was like running a couple of times a week, and I was thinking, okay, and I ran like a 27-minute 5K, which for me is okay. And
especially if you've got one leg shorter than the other and you're fucking full of metal.
2 broken legs and everything else. And I thought I'd try and do 25. But I didn't warm up or anything. I literally just
ran out the door
down the stairs, and I sprinted out of the door. And I got about 5 minutes in, and I was like, oh, this is feeling a little bit grindy. Like I was already really like breathing hard, and my calf just went, pow! Okay, that's the end of that. Turned around, hopped, limped home. Great success. So this time what I was doing was like building up slowly, and I was doing like 20 minutes, and then I think I did 20 minutes, and then or 20 minutes. Yeah, I did 20 minutes. So I did 1 week 20 minutes. Then I did another week 20 minutes and tried to go a little bit further, and I did like 400 meters further in 20 minutes. And then this one on Tuesday, I was running because I got up too late to do whatever session I had to do. It was an upper session or something. So I thought I'd go out and I'd just run. And I was going to just literally like jog. And I was. And it pulled anyway. I was like, what is the point in this, man? Unbelievable. Ridiculous. I was not doing anything. My heart rate was like 140. My heart rate goes to 140 if I get up to doing some
shit.
Yeah.
Straining. So I'm touching a lot of wood because I remember very, very vividly how it feels to have a pulled calf, as I've done it several times.
Yeah. But have you pulled it? You pulled it so like you can't walk, or what was it like? Yeah.
I've done the can't walk ones, and then I learned at what point I needed to not, at what point I needed to stop before it got to that point. But then I'd do the ones where it would tweak and it would still be, I wouldn't be able to use it properly for a week or two. And then I just found that sort of that point at which I'd know, I'm like, I can feel it. No, I got to stop. And then it won't tweak. And I'll just carry on. I think I've just been riding that for a while.
Riding that non-tweak wave.
Yeah. But I've got these. Let me just grab these 1 second. It's nothing too exciting, but I got my like React. Keep putting my face in front of this. No, so the Metcon turbos. And I'm going to be doing a review of these, and I've been testing them out with all sorts of things. And one thing, as we're talking about calves, so I was doing double unders in these the other day, and they didn't feel great because they're pretty solid. The heel on these, so they've got the back is it says hard rubber. I just don't know where the camera is. So you've got like a hard rubber, and then you've got a sticky rubber on the front. So this is like, that's like a lifter style. That's solid, whereas the front has got a bit of squish to it. So when I found that I've been doing double unders, it just didn't feel very comfortable in those.
The double under element of that shoe though should be like a flexible sole then between the rear and the front, because you're not double undering on the rear, right?
And this is the thing with this shoe. I'll go into this in the review, a little preview of this, but I'll take the inner sole out. So with the actual shoe itself, we're talking about flexible in between. Whoop. There's nothing there. Good. That's like,
okay. Oof. Wow.
You can pretty much see through the bottom of that shoe.
Okay.
And the stability from the shoe, if you can see that, is there. That's solid in the inner sole. So yeah,
it's solid.
It's proper solid. Yeah, that won't. So it's quite interesting. I've never seen that in a shoe before.
No, not that the insole gives it structure. No.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Yeah, these are like proper squishes.
Yeah,
but they're really, really nice. Like everything else so far, It's been really good. But I was doing, and there were only like little bits, like rounds of 20 double unders in some god awful cardio AMRAP thing. And yeah, I was just like, okay. And I was like, oh, that doesn't feel great. But there was only 20. So I was like, okay, on to the next thing. And then I come back to it. It's like, oh, thank God I haven't got any more than 20. Whereas in the nanos and things, they've got a nicer sort of strike on the foot when I'm doing that. So yeah.
I guess they have to bias one way or another.
Yeah.
So it looks like they bias towards the lifting.
I think so. With those
solid shoe.
Yeah. I've not run in those yet. I don't know how they'd be for running.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about running in them, but I'll give them a thorough thorough test, and I'll sum up in there.
Does it say in their description of the shoe? Does it say that they're biased one way or another?
I can't remember. I'll look into that. That's a good note. I'll have a look at what the description says. I'll probably put that in the review as well, because it's often a lot of waffle and a lot of trying to sell you a shoe rather than this shoe is good for lifting but not so good for double unders. Also, please don't climb a rope in it because it will tear the shit out of your shoe. That's not really what they put in there. It's like,
actually be useful, wouldn't it, if they did?
12 decades of technology wrapped up in
the ultimate shoe,
fastest reactor, turbo. It's like that.
The best shoe in the world until we release the next
one in 6 months.
In a different color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all about the different colors. I just like black shoes. I like all black. All black. I wanted to get some of the Metcon 7s, which is the newest Metcon, Nike Metcon. Other shoes are available, but they don't do all black. They did some black and white variation, which a couple of other people I've seen and know have got. And I was like, I don't want to shoot the same shoes as everybody else. I'm not into that. So I wanted to pay the extra to customize. So bear in mind, you could have like all different colors options on all different parts of the shoe. I just wanted just plain black. Just wanted black shoe.
Murdered out Metcon.
Yeah, because that's what I have. My other Reeboks and stuff, and my Nike Air Max that I've got are all like plain black, and my Cons are like plain black.
That's the way forward.
And yeah, they were all sold out. They just apparently they didn't have the stock or something to make these custom shoes on the website. And I was like,
of course they didn't.
So I popped them in the basket, as I do.
Chill out in there for a bit.
Yeah. So I got those.
Talking about the shoe and it being the best shoe in the world reminded me of Harrison's Marks and Spencer advert.
He's good at those. Yeah.
You should get him to do one for a shoe.
I'll get him to do a shoe voiceover for my review, sell some Nikes. Cool. Bear in mind though that when he said it was the one day when we went to Mum's, he said it was the best day of his life. On the way home in the car, I asked him how his weekend was, and he said it was a 6 out of 10. So the rest of his life must have been terrible.
The rest of his life's been a 4 or 5. Yeah.
Terrible up to that point. How could the best day of your life averaged out across a weekend equal a 6 out of 10?
Well, the other day must have been a pretty rubbish one.
Must have been a 1.
Yeah.
I think he was just playing it cool,
Yeah, well, can't give it all away, can he? Got to keep you guessing. Got to keep you pushing to get those numbers up.
Yeah. My final topic is I'm toying with a range of weightlifting T-shirts. Specific weightlifting range. You know the pull and pray glitter one that I did with the hands and the pull and pray? I want to do that in white, a bit more simplified on the back of a T-shirt, and on the front have Garage Bill Athlete weightlifting in a cool script. I quite like some sort of weightlifting one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're into it?
Yeah.
I'm not about that life, I'm not about that weightlifting life, but
and also I really want for myself. Nike did some T-shirts recently, like some clean and jerk T-shirts, and one said get under it, which I really liked for like when you do like a clean and jerk or a snatch, you got to get under it. And I wanted something similar to that, but I'm thinking of doing like a gravestone with a barbell sticking under it. I would just get under it because it buried you. It just gets buried.
Lay them out. See, I'm doing a custom one for Miss Emily Hanson-Tam at the moment.
Oh yeah, how long is that taking you?
Doing that today. Just today. Today and yesterday.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
No,
Talking about
I
that when
started
you were over
yesterday.
here, weren't you?
Yeah, but I started yesterday.
That's like me. That's like me in that RX T-shirt. How long did that
Yeah, I
take?
haven't done 18 months.
A couple of days all in.
Yeah. No, it's almost
a couple
done.
of days on Mars.
I can't find the right font for basically for the tan bit of it. I want something a little bit thinner, but
yeah,
can't find it. I went full on like a mega impact font to start off with. And it's a little bit too impactful. So
how upset are you going to be on a scale of 1 to 10 when you send it over to me and I say this is impossible to print on vinyl?
Nah, man, you'll be able to print it. The only bit I'm concerned about is that there's a little logo which is a different color, and I think maybe we can't do it in a different color because it's too tricky to line up with the rest of it.
How little?
Well, it's not the size of it that's the issue. It's the color, the fact that it's on a different vinyl and that it will need to line up with the rest of the stuff. That's the bit that makes it tricky because everything else cuts out of the same color vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this sort of size, basically. So I don't think there's any problem. It's not the same block, but it's a similar sort of thing, like a text, a line, text. But on the end of the first block of text, there's like a figure, which is okay, but it's a different color. So it would be
Has that color got to go within a color, like say on that T-shirt where you've got the LMFG? Mm-hmm. Is it like it sits within the other color of vinyl, or is it on its own like the garage built?
Yes,
you know what I mean.
But having said that, maybe we could do some sort of reversal of that, because at the moment the little figure is red, which looks pretty cool. It reminds me of Air Jordan, but we changed the font because it was too Air Jordan. But maybe we could do like a negative of it instead in the top line and use the color of the T-shirt to make the figure and cut it all out the same. Maybe I'll have to have a look and see. It's about like iteration 10 of it anyway, from going through it and thinking, oh, I could do this. But it's getting pretty close now, apart from working that bit out. I can send you a picture of it and you can see.
Yeah.
If you think
this is what people don't understand when you make a T-shirt or something and you try and charge not even unreasonable money, just like normal T-shirt money, and people catch the hump about how much stuff costs, and you're like, bitch, do you know how long this took me? It's like this is weeks. This is literally weeks. Yeah. And you're like, how much? That much.
Have to get the volume out there. Have to get the volume
that's
out.
it. Well, once you get one down, then that upfront work is where the difficulty is. Unless you get a particularly tricky design like the Jesus tee, where it just takes a long time to pull out, which I've got one to do.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The Rosanna one.
Yeah. So I've got one to do tomorrow. I've got a few little bits to print up and get out. It's cool. I need to pump that RX tee.
Yeah, get pumping on that. Is that the first Jesus tee that you will have done?
No.
Personally? No, you've done a few.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, because before we were getting someone else to do them.
Yeah, I've done a few.
Okay.
Yeah. They're out there.
Out there in the mix.
Yeah.
So, but you're talking about the T-shirt though. I really enjoy doing the design bit. It's really cool. I like it. As long as I've got a bit of an idea in my mind.
Oh, you've got to have a brief.
There's no idea. Well, there was no brief, basically.
Okay.
There was no, that's a lie. There was a bit of a brief. In that we wanted to put like a figure on it doing the stuff that Emily does. So that was there. Mm-hmm. And then I just thought, well, how can we use that? And it looked a bit like the Air Jordan, what she was doing, but like rotated round, because it's like floor based. Yeah. Calisthenic type stuff, isn't it? And it looked like Air Jordan. I'll show you the Air Jordan one because the Air Jordan one was pretty sick, but the font for the rest of it was not what she wanted. So we tweaked it, but it was cool. I like the Air Jordan. It's good. Okay, I'll get it dealt with. Get a few more ideas on there. I might have to get another font, just hunt one down from somewhere else, because I managed to get the Air Jordan font, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
not using that one anymore.
Not exactly the Air Jordan font, because we would never do that without express written consent from Nike.
Michael himself.
And Michael.
I think you can use the font. It's just letters.
I mean, it's probably not the exact font, Matt. It's a font that you've created under the influence of Air Jordan from scratch using software that you pay for under license. That's exactly what's happened here.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. So that's that. Anyway, that's where I started, and I've got some really good progress on some of the things. Like I got on a bit of a roll since I had my to-do lists, and I got the RXT done and tidied up the workspace and just started slamming some stuff out, getting it ticked off my list, which is very, very cool.
Yeah, I had a little dip on the website today to look at doing your coffee page. So I've got a hidden page on there called Coffee Nerd at the moment. Mm-hmm. And another one.
Just call it Grind. That's what I'd have.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Because we're grinding with you, baby.
Grind. Coffee. And also hid one to do reviews page, but I was trying to embed the YouTube videos of like the ones you did of the rower and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
But for some reason on Wix you can't embed the videos, which is a bit annoying. I'm gonna have another look at that. But whatever sort of nonsense is that? I'm sure you must be able to. But yeah, so I thought that would be pretty cool. And then I thought it would be nice to embed the video there, but then also put the text of the video.
Yeah.
So if someone does want to watch the video, then they can just read it instead. So that'd be pretty cool.
Like that time that I posted a video on a Facebook group to say, here's a review. And they said, tell us which one to get. And I'm like,
what's the review? Chopsley.
You're so lazy, you can't even watch you want to spend 700 quid on a rower, but you can't be bothered to spend 7 minutes watching a video.
Find out the answer. So that was that. And then I was going to have a look through if you wanted to take anything off the shop.
Yeah. I'd like that shop to be tidier. I was thinking about it. This is why I was thinking about maybe I'd do like a weightlifting range and have like a weightlifting section, a powerlifting section, like CrossFit or functional fitness or whatever we want to get sued over section. So it's just like whatever sport you like, there would be a few sweet designs.
Specific ones. Yeah, that's cool.
For that thing, like garage gym specific.
Yeah.
I think I'd quite like something like that.
Some moto ones.
Yeah, moto.
Cool. I like that.
And start getting your moto out there.
Yep.
The RXT's got a little bit of moto action on it because it's got the chain, but it's more of a chain for an erg. But
I don't really have the idea very clearly in my mind. Like I liked the original one that I did, but then it's not quite what I want, didn't it? I don't know. Just didn't really resonate with me that well in the end.
That does get in the way of pumping shit out. It's like, it's not quite right. That definitely stops things happening.
We got better at that, didn't we? We got better at that with the 3-step design process.
Tell you what I did. Today I removed, the established logo with the arch and then the GBA in the middle. I've removed the letters. So we've had an update on that design. So if anybody is a big fan of that design but wants an updated version on anything, get in touch because it's a fresh one. Yeah, because I was always in two minds about that. And at the time that I made that logo, I really liked it, but I didn't feel like I could step away from the original logo that soon. But now I think, it really works with the little script one, just the barbells and the garage door. So I've done that, took them out. And it still says garage, but I think there's no real need.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? I don't think you need the letters, do you? Like at the time,
GBA,
the first ones, I think we did, but now I think we don't. So it's cool. It's nice. It's more simple, isn't it? Without. So it's cool. And I think the door, just the door on its own, is quite recognizable, isn't it? Like I haven't seen anything else, I don't think, with the door. Like there's loads of stuff with the cross, isn't there? There's loads of stuff with the cross. Or there's not so much with the barbells, though, is there? There's lots with the cross.
I'll try to point this out. I can't point out.
Yeah. But I think, yeah, it's the door that's quite recognizable, isn't it? So it's pretty cool. Pretty good. And then I've got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 or maybe even more, like just idea things laid out.
Now all you need is a vinyl cutter and a heat press and start cranking it out to your homies on the river.
Yeah, river surfers. What else did I do this week? I did my training. Didn't really do a lot, It's like the same as your week, really. Just flew by.
Did fly by.
Because once I pulled my calf, I was just trying to survive, to be honest. And the training wasn't very exciting this week. The sessions, it's like the short sessions, but then I know that that's just like a trap, basically. I think, oh yeah, these are going pretty well. This is quite straightforward. And then, yeah, then next week it'll be like double the amount of exercises. It's like supersets everything. And oh God,
it's like that. When you said you have to put in your RPE and how you're feeling. Yeah, it feels pretty good. It's a trap.
Yeah, well, it is. Because every week it says, how do you feel? At the end of the week, it gives you this big questionnaire to do for all of the like the main movements and then all of the body part accessory stuff and the overall feeling, like was it easy or not? And yeah, and it is a bit like that. And I'm just like, Scott, now there's probably, I don't know, 12 or 15 things. And I don't know. I'm just like, I'll just leave it. But when you leave it, the default answer is, everything felt good. Please continue with my planned program and moderately ramp up my training. So every week that you do that, it just ramps everything up again. But you can like ultra ramp it. Yeah. With like 4 and 5, like number 3.
Ultra ramp.
But I've never had a week where I thought, oh, you know what? Like I could really do with a lot more volume in there. The weights, but I don't know.
Do you know what this 3-hour hypertrophy session needed? More reps.
More reps. Yeah.
More reps and different exercises.
When I came to yours, when it's like, come on.
Oh yeah, geez, man.
Let's do some more. Let's do more and more and more and more.
That's crazy.
And I'm still 70. This morning I got up, I was 79 kilos. I think it's like
79 of your finest kilos, please, sir.
Remove the scale sometime or what? So when I break back through 80, that'll be good. But yeah, 79 kilos.
Imagine how small you would be if you weren't doing it. You might be scraping the 69.
Well, my natural weight, if I don't train, the lightest I've ever been when I've been healthy, lightest I've ever been,
not been
broken, is 57 kilos.
Jesus Christ.
When
how
I got
old were you? 12. That was the last time you were fully healthy with no broken bones. Before you harpooned that guy on the pavement with mum's bike.
I think I weighed some then, man. I was a lump, wasn't I? Probably 23 or 24. It's like second year of uni, I think. When I got out of, and then I got up to 87 kilos now. So I put 30 kilos on in 3 years.
Respect.
And then when I went to
peanut butter
hospital, when I went to the hospital for a little while, I came out and I was 57 again. And then I managed to get to 70, I think, to do that trail run. And then when we did the competition, the push-pull in 2017, I think it was.
Yeah,
in
sounds right.
Top body. Then I was 82 point something, wasn't I? Because we went in the 82 category, didn't we? And then the year after, we went back and went in a lower category.
Yeah, and you were in hospital the night before that competition as well. What did you have? Can't remember what it was now. Like Crohn's disease or something. Like that, wasn't it?
Crohn's disease. They couldn't work it out because they had to ask Google, because I was like, it was just really hurting me. It was really hurting my stomach, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I was a bit stressed out from like work, and then went there and had to compete at that and fly and everything. And Gilbertson's something syndrome it was. And it's just like you're dehydrated, aren't you? I think, or a bit stressed out or whatever. You just hurt, basically. And I didn't pull very much either. Bench was okay. And my deadlift was rubbish.
I can't remember.
I did it like 190, didn't I?
Yeah.
I felt okay. Didn't feel okay the night before. It's not good. So yeah. Can't remember what was going on about now. Yeah, 80 kilos, come on. I'm trying to eat some more.
Yeah, you're sneaking in some rice.
That's why I put a little bit of rice in there. Yeah, not too much rice in, but a little bit of rice. And today I ordered some. Went over back to the dark side, ordered some protein powder. I haven't had any protein powder for about months now, probably.
Yeah,
but that's quite interesting actually. Because I haven't had it for months. My weight's basically been the same as it was when I had it, and the same when I don't.
Yeah. See, I'm never like I'm always looking at mine, and I'm like, when do I eat this? Like, at what point do I start putting this in? And the same, I bought those packs of super greens. I was like, what meal am I going to add this to? Like, because it's going to taste like shit anyway. So it's like
you just have to neck it, don't you?
It's like, well, I don't know, where to put this. It's like, I'm not putting it in my porridge and peanut butter. I'm not putting that in there. I'm not going to put it in my beef and rice. So it's like, where am I going to put it?
No, it has to go separately, doesn't it? Like, I drink my greens just in the morning, basically, if I drink it. I had one today.
Yeah.
But yeah, just in the morning. And the same with the protein shake. The protein shake I just put in between normally. So
this is what I'm thinking. I need to find like a little slot in the day to sneak that in, because that I think would help a little bit.
I think it would help you a lot, to be honest, because you're probably on the limit, aren't you, for food, I would say. And me too. Like, you can tell you're on the limit for food if your weight's not going up or going down, and you basically got it right. But I want mine to be going up.
Yeah. So. I'm quite happy with my condition current condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's okay. I'm all right. Happy enough. It made a big difference when I chopped out the huge amount of rice I was eating, because I was eating a lot of rice. Yeah. But I've still cut down. I'll just put a little bit in there. And vegetable. I've got a load more veg in there now as well.
I need to fill out these cheeks so I don't look so old.
Yeah, me too.
Fill them out with protein shakes.
20 years.
And this. Fill that in. Just get fat and fill all these cracks in.
Yeah. Get some fat Botox in there. What else did I do today? Today I tried to fix all my two-wheeled vehicles. Didn't fix any of them.
That's good.
So that was good.
You tried. You successfully tried.
Successfully tried. I did make a little bit of progress with the motocross bike. I did not make any progress really with the mountain bike. All I had to do was change the gear cable. But I think the problem with it is that now
it's on fire.
Yeah, I threw it out the window, so now it's broken upside down in the street. It's got like internal gear cable routing, which is what they do on the.
So it goes through the frame.
Mountain bikes, yeah. So it goes through the frame. So you're supposed to keep it quiet and it's supposed to look more tidy, but it means then you can't tell what's going on with the gear cable. So when your gears don't work, so the rear, I thought, well, that seems okay. Shifter seems okay. Change the gear cable completely, run it through the thing inside the frame. So all the bits are all right, but as soon as I put the thing in the frame, it doesn't work. So I was like, okay, great. So I thought I'd pull the thing out of the frame, but didn't realize that once you pull the internal or the housing out of the frame, it's basically impossible to get anything back in the frame.
No.
So that was good. That was a great success. I managed to get the cable back in the frame, which you can then use as a guide to pull the housing back through the frame. But then I was like, you know what? I need someone to do this who actually knows what they're doing. Otherwise, I'm going to spend a day trying to work out how to get this thing in there. So,
time for a new bike.
Yeah, I just buy a new bike.
And then the other one,
the little Kona as well. It's like squeaking like crazy. That needs brake pads basically. So that's easy. I can sort that out tomorrow. And then the motocross bike needs piston rings. Piston rings are on. Now I need to clean up the cylinder head and refit everything, and that'll be good to go. I'm still waiting for change sprockets. There's a race in 2 weeks. And then there's a race another week after that.
And blow it up.
Yeah, hopefully not. Because that's why I've been so long trying to fix it, because I was waiting for a piston kit, because they run on hours. These, like your car gets serviced every 50,000 miles. These run by hours. So like every 20 hours, I think you're supposed to put a piston in. So I've done 27
sound long,
hours.
But that's a long time hammering a motocross bike.
It's not actually very long. That's the other thing. So, like, if you think you do, it can be quite a while.
20-minute session, isn't it?
Each time you, so maybe you do an hour each time you go and ride, or a little bit more. If you do an hour each time you go and ride, just 20 days of riding. So then you could do 2 days per week, and then it's only 10 weeks, which is 2 and a bit months. But it's not very difficult to do. And when you order the kit, they give you all the parts with it. They give you all the gaskets and everything. But I was talking to my friend who said, oh, yeah, it only takes 15 minutes. I was like, 15 minutes? I'm sure it takes much longer than that. He's like, okay, 15, maybe 20. I was like, okay. And I pulled the head off. The head is quite easy to get off because you just drain the coolant and then you pull the head off, take the spark plug out, and you can see what's going on once you take the cylinder head off. I was like, oh, so I'll pull the cylinder head off, then I'll pull the barrel off, and then I'll be able to get to the rings. But to get the barrel off and everything, you have to drain all the coolant, take off the exhaust, take off the engine mounts, take off, I don't know what else, coolant hoses, all sorts of things. You talk about 15 minutes. It took me 15 minutes just to think about all the tools I need to get the thing like in bits. Oh, never mind. It's nearly done. Nearly done.
Like
this is the joy of using things instead of just having them sit there. So,
yeah.
Here's what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's fun when it's running. And then, but as well, it's like preventative thing, because if you run it until it blows up, then you've got
it's probably a lot more expensive.
Big expensive problem on your hands.
How much is the kit that you bought? How much you got to spend every 20 hours?
Piston kit is about €100. Yeah, nothing. And actually, you don't have to do 20 hours. Like if you're a professional, probably it's 20 hours.
That's like when you say you have to like have an MOT and stuff like that. It's like, really have to. I mean, it'll still work.
Insurance.
It'll still drive. Yeah. Like, do you really need brake lights? Yeah, no. Do the brakes work? Yes. Do the lights work? Not important. It's not important to me. It's important to the guy behind me, not to me. And then if he rear ends me, it's his fault.
It's his fault, yeah. So that's okay. Yeah, €100. And if you get everything with it, the problem was I ordered it and they didn't have it in stock. So I've been waiting now since like, I don't know, probably a couple of months. Right. But never mind.
Get back on that soon and shake yourself to bits again.
Yeah. Why not? I think that's why training's been going okay, because I've been able to actually concentrate on doing one thing. Maybe I want to drink now.
Yeah, I've been glugging away into my H2O.
So I've been
stop drinking soon, actually, because it's too close to bedtime. I'll be up all night weird.
It's good. I've been consistent because I haven't been riding very much. I've been consistent with the old juggernaut, so that's good. Although this week I made that calf pull, and then I think I had 2 days off in a row for some reason.
Super consistent.
Well, it's 5 in a week, basically. So if you get the 5 in a week, it's good. But I like to do Monday to Friday. And then I don't have to think about it at the weekend.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Whether I'm riding or not, it's nice to not have to think about it. And then you actually get a proper rest, because now I did like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, did Saturday, Sunday. Now I've got to go straight into Monday again.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Out of sync.
I had to do that for the last few weeks. I had to train on a Sunday and it didn't feel good. Did not feel right. Like this week is the first week where in a month where I went back to training on the Saturday and having Sunday off. It just feels so much better. It feels so good to rack the bar on Saturday after the last set, and you just go, yep done. Obviously put the weights away, but then it's like, yeah, I'm done. I walked away from that squat session yesterday. I was like, thank fuck, I've got a day off tomorrow. And you got deload already. No. Yeah, deload.
They're sneaking up those numbers, aren't they? 144. I want to have a go at some numbers, but it won't let me put any numbers on there. Like I'm just doing like 100 kilos for 8 every week.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh man, I'll tell you what I did have to do, because this is probably the last thing. High bar pause squats. Why would you combine those two things?
That's gross. That's
high bar, bad enough.
Chad's a sick
pause
bastard.
Squat, disgusting.
Yeah. High bar, instant headache. Pause squat, renal failure. Yeah, just gross.
Actually, my position, everything's feeling pretty good from doing those high bar squats, and that's the first live pause squats I've had in there, I think, for ages, since I was doing the previous one with the proper powerlifting program. But it wasn't pleasant, and I thought, well, do I just back this right off? So I did them with like 60 kilos. So actually, it was hard with 60 kilos. Like pausing at the proper pause at the bottom, of high bar.
Don't know if I'd rather do high bar pause squats or front squat pause squats.
Oh god, both are horrible. Front squat is bad enough, but front squat I think was awesome for my legs when I was doing that. Just before I broke my hip, I think they went.
Front squats are
really well,
savage, but really good.
Yeah, and I was using hardly any weight as well. I think it's like 40 or 50 kilos I was doing, but it was some sets of like 15 or something like that, I think. And they were really good. So I might swap them in the next block, or maybe I'll leave them until the end. I'm not that far away now from the end of this. It's pretty cool. First time in a while I've managed to actually get through.
I've done one
program
front squat session in a year. So I stopped front
because
squat
you
when
can't.
I hurt my I hurt my knee, and I did one the other week, a couple of weeks back. They're still hard. They still suck.
But does it hurt, and why does that hurt and not a normal squat? Or is it because of the depth you have to go?
Yeah, correct. I didn't do it to a bench or a box.
Do
just
a
normal
box front squat.
Yeah. I'll again touch wood. The squat session I just had, I don't know if you remember, but I sort of judged my progress on my knee by at what point in a squat session can I feel my knee start to hurt on the new injury, and like I'll know if I get in there and it's like hurting with just the bar, I'm like, oh man, I'm in trouble. I didn't feel that injury once yesterday, not one time, which was awesome. I did feel everything in my back wanted to just explode out of the bottom of the squat. But yeah, that was really nice. I was thinking about it as well as I was going down. I was like, oh, that doesn't hurt. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. And how long has you been box squatting on that now? Some time.
It'll be a year next month.
It's a year.
Yeah, I remember hurting it. I remember doing quite a lot of thrusters and front squats and things in October time. And I was like, man, this don't feel good. And I remember front squatting, going, there's something not right here. And then that was it. I was like, right, I'm not going to do that anymore.
But this is the same injury that you went to see the person about, and then they gave you that electric shock thing that didn't work, and the rehab, the same thing.
I wish I'd never gone to that guy. But
because he made it worse, you think?
Yeah.
No idea.
No, this is not the primary function of a physical therapist.
Job description. No.
Not
at all.
But anyway, I know now.
Yeah, it's just box squat basically. That's the second time that's worked, isn't it?
Yeah. I to the point where yesterday after I got off the squat, I was like, right, I've just done 144 for 3. My max ever is 155 back squat, max ever in reps for an ultra grind. Thinking, I wonder if I could take this box away now and just start squatting, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I would say if it's now feeling pretty good and you haven't got any pain, then give it another month or 2 months, something like that.
It hurts on different stuff. Like I can feel it doing different stuff. Like if I just do like box step ups, I can feel it, but that's coming from a below parallel. It's a different sensation. It's a different movement. Even though it's still squatting, effectively, it's a lot. You're not lowering down into it and then bracing and pushing out. It's just like put your foot on the box and you hike yourself up. Like even just body weight with that, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a knee injury.
Yeah, I guess the load direction, everything is probably completely different, isn't it? Because you're like lifting your knee up in front of you, like all the angle and everything is different, isn't it?
And that's the thing, like doing these box squats, I'm like hitting all these numbers. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it doesn't matter because I'm doing it to a box. I'm like, well, yeah, I did it, but I did it to a box. I'm like, I can't correlate that between doing it just a normal, like I want to just take the box away and do a normal back squat and go, yes, I got a normal back squat for like 144 or whatever. I just want to get that number up there and on my.
You've done the hard work now. You can just keep chipping away at it.
I'm deep in the trenches. I'm deep in the box squat trenches. I like that. It's good. It's helped me.
Well, it's working, isn't it?
I can still squat doing it. So
yeah. Westside are all into box squat, so it's good enough for them.
Yeah, I'm tempted to raise the floor again, so lower the height of the box just by an inch.
Why did we think that the box would help in the first place? I can't remember the logic behind it now.
Because squatting below parallel.
It's just that.
Yeah.
But are you below parallel now on the box?
I would say I'm just above, maybe like, it would be questionable powerlifting in or out. But yeah, it's 18 inches. 18 inches high, the box I squat to. So depending on how
Very high,
big.
though, isn't it?
It's not, but if you're quite short,
me,
you might be above parallel. If you're
I'll be well above.
quite tall, you might be below parallel. So yeah,
Be a quarter squat.
Yeah. But I'll carry on.
Good.
I'm going to carry on. I'm quite happy doing it now. I'm used to it now. I think
it makes sense to carry on.
If I took it away and tried it and I'd hurt myself, I'd just be like, why did you do that? Stupid.
I think you can do what you're saying there, can't you? Just lift the floor up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I want to do next. Maybe next time I reset, maybe. So when I fail and have to reset the whole thing, I'll lift the floor up because I've got one more of the cupboard doors that I use just here. So that'd be like, that's an inch. So I'll just stack that. I'd have one on the bottom. The mats, like the floor tiles that I use, is like that's the grippy bit, and then the door on the top to stand on. And that'd be like a door mat sandwich. Hopefully that'd be okay.
Sandwich.
Nothing will slip out from under me and just crush myself. It's probably worse ways to go, right?
Could be.
And on that note, it's 10 to 10. So it's 10 to 11 your time.
Yeah. Let's go.
We need to get some sweet sleep. Get up in the morning. So cheers to all the garage built athletes out there who've got to this point in the podcast. Thank you. Well done. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. It'll do something and you'll be notified when more stuff like this happens.
When we ramble.
You don't even have to think about it.
Be the first to know.
You don't even have to think about it.
Automatically take you to our rambling.
Cool. All right, mate.
Good. All right, dude.
Hit it and go with it.
Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye.